Hello students, so now we are in the elephant feast. So you have already finished your PT1 examination. You all did very well students. And now coming back to the second chapter, elephant feast. We have started the chapter already. Here grandma is telling story to these two children and the names are Seher and Sadat. So the grandma is telling the elephant stories, and she is telling that how intelligent these animals are, and they are also very organized and caring features. Who students? Elephants. So she was telling that long ago there was a forest. Okay, grandpa was a forest officer. Where he was forest officer? He was sent to Bengudubi. It is a forest of an outpost near Siliguri. Okay, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಕಳಿಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ನ? To see the elephant menace. Menace means something causing lots of trouble. The elephants were causing lots of trouble. So the elephants were coming to the gardens and eating all the crops and all. They were making lots of trouble. So the grandfather had came to inspect the place. Okay, so now grandfather came to inspect the place, and he wanted to know what has happened. Okay, so here we have studied till here students. Now the next para. Not far from the village there was an old granary where the farmers stored their grain till they could sell it to the merchant. Antandre granary means it's a garden. Okay, so there all the farmers used to keep their crops till they could sell it to the merchant. Obba ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಿಗೆ ಮಾರುವ ತನಕ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು? ಗೋಡನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. Early one morning an elephant, clearly the leader of the herd. Students, here they have mentioned that herd. Herd is a collective noun. Group of elephants are called as herd. Okay. The leader of the herd appeared at granary. Early in the morning, elephant came near the granary. After looking around for a while, andre swalpa sutta muttalu ella nodiddella admele, he saw the herd move towards the granary in an almost military order. So all the elephants were coming by order. Andre order ಬಂದು ಹೆಡ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಎಲಿಫೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತು? ಕರ್ಸ್ಕೊಂತು. The alarmed men speedily climbed the banyan tree and hid themselves among its leafy branches. They watched the elephants. So here all the elephants were coming to the granary students. These two men, they hid its leafy branches. They hid themselves in leafy branches. Elephants nodidre matte problem aguttallva, so they hid in a leafy branches. The walls of the granary were thick and strong, but elephants seemed to have they had a plan students. Elephant had a plan. In plan martu, one elephant were around it and is inspecting it, and one of the largest elephant of a herd that took a position at the corner of the granary and started hitting the wall its tusks. ಇದೇನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಈ ಗೋಡೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, one elephant, it started and it came forward and it started hitting the wall with its tusks ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕೋರೆ ಹಲ್ಲು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು. When it was tired, another took over and then another. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 by 1 ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಟಯರ್ಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಗೋಡೆನ ಒಡೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಟಸ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೋರೆ ಹಲ್ಲನ್ನ ಅದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. An opening was created and soon it was made a larger and larger. When they had made a hole big enough for an elephant to enter, then a hole is created big enough for an elephant to enter. ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಫೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಬಂದು ಹೋಗೋಷ್ಟು ಜಾಗ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. The herd delivered itself into groups of 3 or 4 since only few could find from outside. Then one by one each group entered the granary to feast on the paddy. Ella one by one banbittu ella ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತು, they all eat the paddy. Paddy means ಭತ್ತವನ್ನ ತಿಂತು. When one group had eaten all, its place was taken by another. Once they finished all eating by one group and they will go and they will send it off. Its place was taken by another. Once they finished all eating by one group and they will go and they will send it off the second group to eat. One of the elephants stood guard at the distance. So this elephant was the guard at the distance. He was seeing, this elephant was seeing any guards are coming or not anta he used to see. After all the elephants had feasted to their fullest, the guard trumpeted loudly and the herd rushed off into the forest. So ella ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ trumpeted, elephants ಕೂಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ trumpets ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Wow grandma, said Seher, that's just like an army raid. ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ರೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, it was a sudden surprise of an attack is called as a raid. Yes grandma, as I told you before, elephants are very intelligent creatures. Also remember, they are very caring, protective and completely unselfish animals. Remember students, unselfish animals these are. And this chapter is written by Suchanda Sarkar. Okay students, so here you have a value pick. Which part of the story tells us that it is not only unkind but also dangerous to destroy the homes of the wild animals? So please think about it students. Yes?